Hi. Hello everybody, my name is Jan Gustafsson. Welcome to a brand new episode of Banter Blitz, the show where you can challenge me to a blitz game. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 3+2, whatever floats your boat. If you are a Chess24 Premium member, my username is Tupac Shakur. It's not on the screen. Where's my username? Is it here? This is exactly how it's supposed to look. Don't you guys worry. But it does not say Tupac Shakur. It's upsetting. I'm sure you'll track me down. So challenge me if you're a premium member. If you're not a premium member yet, you can become one with the code Yanistan. You get 40% off. Of course, access to all the great video series like our Inside Team Carlsen series, featuring everything that happened in the recent, my cadence is weird again, in the recent World Championship match. So let's see if anybody found me in our little chess club here. I just start a game, then you can see my name and challenge me too. At least that's the plan. Tech Jan has not missed a step. No, don't show that. We'll get to it. Voila, little Gary, sorry for the wait. Here we go. Tupac Shakur, that's me. How you guys doing? You doing good? I have so much highly confidential stuff open on my computer. I'm very worried to click on anything, or you guys might see my secret collection of Smurf pictures. Don't want that to happen. My daughter's obsessed with the Smurfs now. Is that a German thing? I guess not. It's a cartoon from the early 1980s, I would guess. Features an evil wizard called Gargamel chasing lovely blue Smurfs. It's rough. I'm not sure. It's an improvement from Paw Patrol, but I'm not sure it's better than. What are her other preferences? The Lion's Guard, the unlicensed cartoon based on Lion King, and what's this show called? The problem is I can't describe it either, so it's gonna be very hard to tell you guys what other show I'm thinking about. I'm sure I've talked about it in the past. It features a French girl called Marinette that has superpowers. She's Ladybug, but nobody knows, even though she does say it in every intro to her show. 95, I am hoping that little Gary will capture, after which I will lethally pin his knight, little Gary. It's a fairly common trick, even with a pawn on e6, it sometimes works. You go on 95, e takes d, c takes d, and there's a pin. No need to be fancy here. You can just recapture. Let me do one thing. Ugh, this is gonna work out great. Here we are again. I will probably lose on time during all my complicated tech activities here. Worth it. Here we are, queen a5. Let's take. Might as well take that pawn too. Don't really have to, but why not? Let's face it, I will probably win this game, which will give me great joy and you a great viewing experience seeing me play knight d5 and taking that piece. What else is new? Have you ever come across cartoons for kids that you found completely not suitable for children, or your daughter in that case? Paw Patrol. Love the video game, don't love the cartoon. It's all these quick cuts, it makes me very nervous. We're sticking to this one image here for the entire show, with good reason. And little Gary resigns because he's a piece down and a6 was falling. Thanks for the game, little Gary. Marvelous Moggy says, congratulations. What for? Thank you. Let's play. Dangerous Ride. Here we go. d4, d5, c4. I'm so old school. I still can't wrap my head around. Bishop f4. Me, I shall play the Carlsbad structure. Try to bring my pieces out and then start a minority attack. Oh, for being German team captain. Yeah, was just announced, right? I'll be captaining the German national team at the Chess Olympiad. Looking forward to it. It's a new generation in German chess. Bunch of very strong players, very nice guys. I'm now wondering if I can say the lineup was published or if it's still top secret. I'll err on the side of caution. I don't want to get in trouble yet. Probably they published it. Math, Chess, Science, Music says, hey Jan, do you want to text? Nah, I'm good. Ah, there's more, but no, I'm good on that one as well. What's my position like? It's also good, right? Knight d4, is that wise or not that wise? I'm never sure. I should be somewhat better if he takes and pawn recaptures in the structure because of the bishops and my knight being nicely placed here. But I'm never sure if it's the max to go knight d4 here, or if one could aim for more. I'll be subtle as usual and try to checkmate him here. Twitch is saying Paw Patrol gives me a headache. I hear you. This position is like an English opening. Is it? Looks like a random isolated pawns position. I guess it can occur from many openings. Wouldn't make me think of an English. I like this bishop, so I'll use some tempi. I'm not really losing any tempi. He has to move his queen as well to get rid of it. Gidis Nando is saying, I don't speak English and learning to play chess. No worries, you don't need to speak English to play the English. But this is not really an English opening, I would say. It's just here. An IQP position, as they say. Isolated queen's pawn. So, do I take this pawn or do I take the bishop? Check, king goes somewhere, takes. Why not, right? It's like the wise Bent Larsen taught us. You should not try to block an isolated pawn. 15 times. You should try to capture it. I think he mentioned that Petrosian didn't know, the great positional genius, didn't know how to play against an isolated pawn. He would put 15 pieces in front of it. Grogo says, I suck at chess, but what do you want to play with me anyway? I prefer that my opponents do not excel at chess, because neither do I at my advanced age. So just challenge me if you're a premium member, and I'll click on random names. That's my policy. A lot of cat talk in the Chess24 chat. Is that a thing? Forget about it, has never seen Paw Patrol. Yeah, you're not missing that much. It's not exactly hot takes, but I'm still far from convinced that a team of puppy dogs is best equipped to help everybody that gets in trouble in their village. I don't trust them to drive vehicles safely. I don't trust their judgment. It's very strange to me. They are revered as heroes instead of being seen as the public danger. They are, to my mind. Okay, pawn up. That's the good news. Queen f5, or is that a little on the nose? He can still go queen e6, but I don't see anything better. I'm threatening to take and then to give checkmate, which is a pretty potent threat. So queen e6 looks reasonably forced to me when I guess to honor the Chicken Chess Club, I will just take and win the endgame. g5, okay, that's legal, but it does not really improve black's situation. Now bishop e5 is a big threat. Still do it. Threatening mate in 1. And here it comes. Thanks for the game. Dangerous ride. Hi up. Let me play Pity the Fool, and hopefully not be pitied afterwards. Zetrong is saying, yeah, was it hard or tough? That's a strange choice. Hard or tough? Preparing Magnus for World Championship. No, I love being involved in that stuff, so I never think of it as hard or tough. Of course, sometimes sitting there in the training camps, especially the first camp we had where everybody was sick and it was raining and cold outside all day, and clicking on excellent chess moves on your computer. You don't always enjoy every second, but I do. And by every second, I mean every second of every minute, not every other second, who I, of course, enjoy all day long. But I'm so happy to be a part of it. And let's face it, at my chess level, I'm a decent grandmaster, but I'm not sure how much the chess world cares about my exploits in the Thailand Open, while being involved even in a minor role with a World Championship match. It's as close to chess history as somebody like me can get. So no, it's great fun. I never think of it as hard or tough. If you're referring to the match, of course we did this long video series explaining everything from the preparation and the single games and so on. So there's more info in there. But of course, there's anxious moments, and especially the first 6 games were incredibly close and could have gone either way. Not just game 2, but also game 5, where Magnus was suffering a bit, and game 6 was also this epic fight, very, very shaky. So you're always a bit torn if you want to sweat the game or be a big professional and just work on openings or go to sleep so you're fit the next morning to work on openings. But yeah, overall, the match, of course, went very well. And after that, game 6, it also became a lot easier preparation-wise, because a draw with white was sort of an acceptable result. Not that Magnus played for it, but he didn't have the need to, go out of his or anybody's way to make something happen. And nowadays in top chess, I would guess most people agree that it's tougher. I mean, if you have a team and time and so on, to prepare for white games, because it's also openings tend to hold nicely for black. And with the lead and with that pressure of trying to make something happen with white, somewhat diminished by the lead, things get much easier. Sorry, long random speech. Feels like it was years ago. Was it? No, like half a year ago. Kramnik's student is saying, Jan, will you be coming to India? Yeah, I'm coming to the Chess Olympiad. Queen d2. What do I do? Knight e4. Does that get me anything? Could just take and put my queen somewhere. That's probably more prudent. And nothing to think about, pity the fool. You gotta take the knight. Can't think of a great square, so I'll choose a mediocre square. Still no checkmate in sight, is there? Nope. Attacking the queen. We shall see where it goes. Guess queen e3. Queen f4. I have rook d4. Queen g5 feels a bit pointless too. So probably queen e3. He resigns. That's early. You just pawn down. Move the queen. Anyway, thanks for the game. Pity the fool. That's his username. Math, chess, science. A lot of the usual suspects here in the challenges. This is becoming our own little chess club at this point. Math, chess, science, music? Are those all your hobbies? What does it mean when you say you're into science? I always thought science was a pretty big field. Like, we need you to be more specific. And we need you to make a move. Math, chess, science. Are you there? You think he makes math on the side? Math, chess, science, music. So your theory is that this gentleman we're waiting for is someone who produces math while playing chess and listening to music. And since he's a scientist, he's excellent at math production. He's going for the mass market. I'm German, so the non-th jokes come very natural to me. He's not here though. Sorry, math. Not gonna be able to do it. Chess 24, there's a choice between cancel and abort. It keeps confusing me. Which one is which? Let's play Air Knight. I shall play b6. Not a great move. I've played it once or twice, even in tournament games, but it's not good. Knight c3, bishop b7, queen c2, or even f3, I would guess, aren't very appealing for black. After g3, probably the best move is e6, not taking here. But in the spirit of trying to mix it, I'll take. And now I'll try to put my pawns on dark squares in the center to hopefully impede this bishop. Little bit. Math, chess, science, music says sorry for missing the game. No worries. Pawn to b3. Guess I should get the bishop out. And now what? Looks like Air Knight is a strong player. The rating might be deceiving. I don't know where to put my knight. Of course, in an ideal world it would go here, but I don't think he plans to take anytime soon. So I guess knight bd7 is normal. I'm wondering if this makes sense. I do enjoy building the bathtub, but it does feel somewhat off topic. A3. This knight is strange, especially after rook c8. Rook c8 was a weird move. He'll play queen d3 or queen e2 or whatnot. And I have to start worrying about it. I am now very worried. There's always f5 looming in these positions, breaking up my center. Currently it's still costing a pawn, but something I should keep an eye on. Like cd, cd, f5, ef, queen e2. Could be sort of bad news. Don't do that, Air Knight. I spotted that a bit late. Forget about his saying, so is Magnus really giving up his world champion title? My guess is as good as yours. Like, we had heard that that was a possibility, but I haven't heard anything recent. Here, there wasn't a somewhat recent interview. Was it in some Norwegian paper where to me it sounded. I have to do some embarrassing things here. Don't look. It sounded less firm than before, where it seemed like if it's not Ali Reza, he wasn't that interested. But I really do not know. D1. I should play G6 at some point. This constant F5 worry. It's too much to handle. My position can't be very good with the knight on a8, but as long as the structure in the center remains solid, I would hope it's not too bad. I'm wondering if I should go b5 or if I should stay put. I think I'll stay put. Try to put my bishop here. b5, knight c5. I don't think was improving my position. g4, so aggressive. I'll just win on time, right, Air Knight? That's what we're going to do. Not against it. The one thing, of course, that Magnus has to keep in mind, if he were to give up the world champion title, and I'm not sure if you guys even know about this, but in chess there's a rule. I talked about a bit about this on my stream. There's a rule that I think it's since 2000, since Kramnik became world champion, and there were a lot of negotiations about a potential rematch with Kasparov and whatnot. But ever since then, they have this rule that the world champion is allowed to tattoo any grandmaster he chooses to tattoo. And I do think that's something that Magnus enjoys. So it would surprise me if he gave up tattooing privileges that come with the title. Like, I've heard many complaints about among grandmasters that these giant cartoon dragons that he likes to do don't look great on their backs, but rules are rules. And I did take the queen. Thanks for the game, Air Knight. There's no equivalent word for science in Lithuanian. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Like, it's such a broad term. Do you really need it? So I'm with you on not having a word for science. I found it a bit strange that not only you don't have science in Lithuanian, you also don't have signs. Like, you never know what streets are called. There are no street signs. You don't know when to cross. So I'm pro no science. I'm against no science. I spent a lot of time in Palanga, as we know. Big expert on Lithuania. Doppelbauer, 2611. That's a lot of rating. Gotta focus. Doppelbauer in deep thought after d4 knight f6. Finally decides on bringing the bishop out. What do you do here? I usually play e6, but let's mix it. You guys remember Sir Mix-a-Lot? I don't think anybody does. It's very sad. Here? And Dr. Sausage says, yeah, it's all turn up the hill after the stoplight. No signs. I know. What did I do here? Just h6 or bishop d6? What am I supposed to do? I guess I'll go h6. Not sure it's necessary, but it's usually useful just so you don't have to worry about knight h4. And bishop e2 is sort of a slow move. He's not trying to hurt me directly with queen b3 or knight e5, so I should have time for it. Next question is, if he castles, do I dare going queen to b6? I'll dare. Let's see what happens. Feels somewhat slow, I'll admit. He could try to open the position with c4 or dc c4. He chose not to. Queen c1. No. How bad can it be? Rook c8 just. Keeping an eye on the queen. Queen b2. The queen fianchetto. Okay, time to castle, I guess. He wants to go c4 eventually, so I should clear this square for my bishop, just in case. Not sure. I need to pre-move that D. Might have been interesting as well. This looks decent enough. No C4 in the near future. Bit unclear what I should do. I guess rook D8 and E5, and then maybe try to break in the center at an opportune moment. Is opportune a word? I know it's a word, I'm just not sure if I'm using it right. I guess I am. And is this an opportune moment? Who has the time to think about it? Hang on, we have Zwischenschach. Doesn't do much, does it? Knight F3. Nope, doesn't do much. So I'll just recapture. Should be somewhat better. The pawn structure is fairly symmetrical, but I have a Luft. He doesn't, and my rook is a bit more active. So it feels like something bad should happen. And here it comes. Here come the bad news. Queen E2, rook C1. And there's trouble. Thanks, Chess LG. There's the link to challenge me in the chat. Chess 24 chat. Let's play Pappter. E4 feels wrong. Pawn is unprotected. And I know you guys are just too excited about another exchange Slav to do anything else. No, I can't do it. Let me play some normal moves. So tempting to take. But sometimes I have to restrict myself and develop some pieces instead. D6, you're supposed to go here. The point is if you castle first, black castles, and then you go E4, then there's D takes C4 and E5, which I think is supposed to be solid. So you start with E4 and DC followed by E5. There's some issues with this pawn. E5 directly here, does this work? I guess it does. Trying to recall if I know anything about this, but no recollection. So just take and see what happens. I think this is a theoretical position after castles. That's where my theory knowledge ends though. Do you recapture or do you go knight e4? Guess here. Really just guessing at this point. I've seen something similar out of lines with knight d2. I think you might get this position, knight f6, bishop g5 or some nonsense. But that's all there is. I guess you can play h6, and if I take and take here, the endgame with the two bishops shouldn't be too bad for black. But I'll take it. Rook e8. Can't take. Guess so, no? Let's find out. If rook e4, queen e4 should work, because the queen is unprotected on d8. And if he plays h6, I can still take on f6 and get a somewhat better version of this stuff. Bishop e7. Now it feels like I shouldn't take anything, but activate some pieces. Maybe this. Trying to pin the bishop. I'm trying to figure out if bishop h4, g5, bishop g3, knight e4, queen somewhere, f5 is scary, but how scary can it be? What's the time control? 3-0? Bishop g4. I like it that whenever you realize you might be running low on time, or at least for me it's like that, one never adjusts by playing more quickly, just by panicking more about the clock situation. Bishop h5, is it time to go away? I don't know what to do. He made some good moves. I'm hoping that there's some way to win after knight takes d5. Haven't exactly spotted it yet. He's calling me out. Maybe try to pin it. In it to pin it. Yeah, it's not that much. Okay, time to speed up a little. As usual, I say that, and then I don't make a move. Okay. Didn't achieve anything, so at least gotta speed up. Sorry, that felt wrong, and I'll feel slightly bad now. Apologies, Pappter. Thanks for the game. Oof. It's always this moment of shame after flagging. I'm not sure how we can overcome it. Let's play against chess. Chess LG. Women International Master. The Catalan. Let me give it a check. And cover the bishop. This is a system I've been trying to master. So far, not very successfully, but I'll keep looking at it. Where do you go? I guess you go back now, or do you take? No, I'm a simple guy. I'll try to defend the pawn. Probably b6 is a move here. Then if queen c4, bishop a6. We will never know. d5 is the greediest. Wasn't this? There was some similar position. I'm not sure if it was this position in Carlsen against Mamedyarov, no? Chat, I'm expecting you to know all recent high-level games, so you can tell me. Not sure it was exactly this, but there was some rook a6 to cover the pawn. ABX is asking, Jan, what kind of music are you into? Honestly, I sort of stopped listening to music, which I guess is yet another indicator that I might be a sociopath. But nowadays, with so much podcast listening, it really came at the expense of my music intake. I was always a hip-hop guy listening to stuff from my younger years, a lot of 90s hip-hop. And some recent stuff in there, but frankly, not a lot of music in my life. And when it is, usually it's like... It's like songs I've listened to about 1 million times already. Highbrow stuff, like Migos, Motorsport, with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B on the same track. I probably have listened to somewhat more than one should. Fight Night. 21 Savage I like. New stuff, I'm really not so much in touch. I like the new Nas album, but mainly because it sounds like old stuff. Let's check. I like the new Pusha T. Not as much yet as Daytona, which I also might have listened to somewhat excessively. Whoa! Bishop G6. How does that go? Takes, knight takes. I don't know. Looks like a smart move. Can't see anything smarter than taking. And this poor knight is on freeze. I thought she would just take the knight. This might also be good for white, but it's a lot more murky. Where do I want my pieces to go? I want this rook to make it back into the action somehow. I guess I'm willing to part with this pawn to bring the rook. Horsey, do something. You can't just chill there all game. I do have a knack for getting checkmated on the last meters. But I guess it wasn't checkmate yet. Queen f7, queen f6. Seems like I'm still in control. And chess LG. Lost on time. Thanks for the game. It was exciting. ABX is saying, Yeah, the new Pusha T album is great. He really is to coke rap what you are to chess commentary. I wish. I'm not chess and coke raps Pusha T yet. We'll work on it. Chad is expecting more NBA playoff talk. Suspicious amount of chess-related banter. I apologize. What hot takes do we have on the NBA playoffs? I'm sort of following. I'm not watching a lot of games because I'm very, very busy, man. There are a lot of vampires to kill. But yeah, Boston versus Bucks is the one I can't quite wrap my head around. Somehow it feels, although Boston is more of a feel-good story, but somehow it feels like Giannis will still get the job done, no? That's how it feels to me. I think I'm rooting for Boston, but I'm not quite sure I believe in them, even though the numbers and all that stuff are saying it's all real. By someone who's had Jaylen Brown on his fantasy team all season and watching him shoot 2 for 9 3-pointers every game, I don't fully trust him yet. Although defense, blah, 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 all that stuff looks amazing. To me, that's amazing. The Grizzlies are dirty. I wouldn't go that far, but there was an ugly foul. Yeah, I think Steve Kerr was right. Calling him out. You just don't hit a guy on the head. Mid-air, we've seen the Grayson Allen foul, and now this one. Like, it feels so wrong. Like, even if you get suspended for a game, the other guy breaks his arm, or who knows what could happen, and he's out for a month. It's just, yeah, it can't be done. I'm not sure what the punishment should be, if it should be more. But yeah, that was upsetting to watch. What is this line? APX. H6, King H7. Feels somewhat slow. I'll play the delayed for pawns attack. Let's go. DE or FE? DE leaves my center less vulnerable. FE looks more aggressive. Gotta play chicken chess club style. Anti-thug ball, eh? No bad boy piston love. I was a bit young, but I wasn't a big fan of the bad boy pistons. I never trusted Isaiah Thomas. He's smiling too much. F5 is a good move. The position is still ugly, but I do like the move. I'll play C5 because it feels like the way to get his knight back into play would be E6, knight E7. And I'm ready to go knight C4, knight D6. Celtics in 6? You think so? I kind of hope so. Sorry. Was there some spit? It's probably not on camera. Dr. Sausage is saying my elementary school nickname was the Worm. But that was after the Lord of the Rings character, not Rodman, right? Okay, so the knight made it to a nice square. Now what to do next? Somehow open the position. Arjun Erigaisi or Vincent Keimer? That's a rough question. I've been on the record as a big Erigaisi fan. I assume he's just gonna keep winning everything. And facts like, but he didn't win the Menorca Open last week, will not stop me in that assumption. But as the new German team captain, Of course I'll take Vincent Keimer. Where's coffee? Here. What's the clock situation? Bad as usual. Okay. Positions should still be good. I need to find a way to break through. Maybe just this. Not exactly a breakthrough, if we're being honest. Yeah, knight f7. My bishop was far away from the action and need to be brought back to the center. No more knight f7, huh? Alright, if you don't give me that queen, I'll have to get new queen by myself. I'll keep missing this. Dune, not Lord of the Rings. We're talking about the worm. I've never seen Dune. Neither the old movie. Okay, now it's full rook. How long can I ignore this? Nor the new movie. I guess I'll watch the new one once the second one is out, so I can watch them back to back and won't be disappointed when they end in the middle. But I don't know. Somehow not that tempting. Denis Villeneuve, he's a great director, but I usually fall asleep during his recent work. It's too meditative, this Blade Runner 2049. It's too deep for me, all these images. I'm also a big film critic, in case you were wondering. Thanks for the game, ABX. What else do I have to talk about? Obviously, you should all listen to my fantastic new podcast with fellow Team Magnus members Peter Heine Nielsen and Laurent Fressinet. It's mainly Laurent-related food anecdotes, which, well, I pretend the category is Tales from the Training Camp, but it's mainly to mock Laurent about his food choices. And then Peter Heine talks about FIDE politics every episode for like half an hour, and Laurent and I take a break. I'm not sure I'm good at plugging it. So yeah, check that out by all means. What's going on here? Was this position where you play knight a4? I think so. And b5 didn't quite work. And takes, bishop d2, that's the main line. Long username that is impossible for me to read out is saying, how hard is it to get your challenge accepted? It's not that long a list. I would think chances are pretty good. Anyway, I'm here every Wednesday. If I don't get to play today, we'll play another day. Marvelous Moggy is saying, looking forward to the Saucisson story. I'd forgotten about the Saucisson story. For the German viewers, Saucisson is the French word for Wurst. Oh boy, I hope no one tells Laurent I said that. Knight f6, so what am I supposed to do here? Are you just supposed to take this? But I shouldn't. Don't take this the wrong way. ED, knight takes. Knight takes looks normal to me. Maybe it's just normal to develop a piece. I wish I knew stuff. I'll take. Joker is saying, watched everything, everywhere, all at once. What is that? Is that a movie, or are you asking if I watched everything, everywhere? That sounds impossible. Castle, he seems to know what he's doing. I clearly do not. How much greed can I get away with? Bishop c3, rook e8, bishop e2. Feels very wrong. Nah, not gonna be able to do it. Sad. Might end up a pawn down instead of a pawn up. That was not the plan. What to do? Oops, kitty. It's all a bit sad what I'm doing here. Clearly I did something wrong. Probably knight takes d4. It's not the way. Probably get some piece out. Or some b4. No, not b4. Not sure. Okay, chicken NFTs in the works. I still haven't understood the concept of NFTs. Someone has to explain it to me. So, not that I know of, but I'm sure there are many secret plans that I know nothing about. I'll give some checks. I like my position better now, especially after this check. That escalated quickly, oops kitty. Oops kitty does resign. Thanks for the work. Trotter's saying digital artworks, one-offs. No, I know what they are. I just don't get them yet. Let's play Tal Michel. Is that the French Tal? Michel. What am I supposed to do here? E4 looks normal. Is G3 normal as well? Or is that less normal? Bishop G7 takes BC, Bishop G2. Knight D4, this would probably transpose to some theoretical line. Bishop G7, castles, and then they go Queen D3 or Bishop G5 or whatever subtle move people make here. I'll go here, not sure. This is the way. This looks familiar. I'm not sure about the move order, but it feels like a fairly common position. Queen e2 or Queen e3? Queen e2, I guess he wants to keep jumping around, but I'm not sure how much that knight arriving on d4 scares me. Bishop g4, fine. You can do that. Trying to control this square without losing too much material. 5, I guess I'll take. Usually these structures are better for white if white manages to avoid direct trickery. We'll see if I do manage. Where should the rook go? Here? Or here? No clue. Pick a square. Tal Michel seems very aggressive. I have to slow him down. Exchange some things, take some pawns. Relax a little, Tal Michel. Didn't think this through. Hope it works. How do I do this? I guess I should just take... no need to be too fancy. Now push the c-pawn. Run c-pawn. Note to self, don't blunder rook h1, rook c1. Thanks for letting me know, Jan. Here, is that smart? I guess there's no particular need to be fancy. That would probably work. Rook c4, bishop d3, king g1. That is check. I thought it was game over, frankly, but apparently it's not. That's a bit of a shock. I thought I could go somewhere. Bishop g2, but after bishop c8 I don't see a direct way to win. Or any way to win. That's upsetting. So I might not be better at all. Oof. Should have been fancy. Oh boy. He refuses to take my pawn. Playing very well now. Panic. Any dumb winning attempts I could make? Oof. That was rough. I thought I was completely winning. And then he had this bishop d3, bishop a6. After which I was, as they say, not completely winning. Oh boy. Should have played rook c4. Then after rook c2, I had c7. And then the bishop can't go there. Which I declared too fancy. block Stefan Dr. And play another game. Ooh, a lot of stuff on my screen. Where I played Doppelbauer, played Jupp a million times. Syrian, a lot of challenges, but played him a lot as well. Who shall we play? Why is every challenge 18 times? Who's Nicky Mullins? Now we can play Mr. Long name. That is a long name. Is that some automatically generated username? Technical issue, your username or right now? Can you make a move? How do I join? No, the game should have started. Just should be on one of your screens. The challenging has been challenging. I do believe that. Sorry. YCK. Ah, there he is. Goes D3. I'll bring the knight out. Hang on, I gotta do one thing. Without showing too much skin, which won't be easy. So I have to prepare carefully for that one thing. Let me adjust my belt. Pull the sweater all the way down. D3, F3, that looks wrong, sir. And get up. How much skin did I show? Almost nothing. Excellent. Strict guidelines. And we're back. He's playing the triangle, but I'm not a big fan of moving your f-pawn so early. Makes it hard for the knight to get to its best square, and it makes it somewhat harder to castle. So, not a big fan. Two. What do I do? Don't see anything particularly impressive, so might as well get some pieces out. What are we debating? Doctor Strange is in the MCU. That I think is correct. All this Doctor Strange stuff is too complicated for me. All this multiverse, time travel, whatnot. Don't really get it. So after 1f3, long complicated username has made some very decent moves. Maybe taking a page out of Magnus's playbook. He played one f3 against Duda. And also got a good position. Here I really haven't achieved anything. If we're being honest, the king should be fine there. King e1, I don't know. I guess I would have tried to go c3, king c2. But even that can't be too bad. After knight b4, there was still knight a3. So not too much happening. a3. This bishop is too strong. Still not easy to make any serious progress. I need some entry squares, so I should try to create those. But he's not giving me any. That's just mean. YCK, very tenacious. I really haven't achieved much here. F6 was a bit lazy, should have played B4. Knight B1 is surprising. Wants to go here. Alright. Still don't know what to do. Maybe grab some space. Tough battle here. Also, tough battle with my tablet. Knight F3. Oof, also running out of time. Just getting crushed. Knight D7 is sad. Knight D7 was a bit too sad. No self-respecting chess player should play that. Even I shouldn't play that. Mr. 1474, just too strong for me. Food for thought. Very focused here. Still playing badly, but very focused on my bad moves. He doesn't let me get away with anything either. I'm being checkmated, or are you bluffing? We'll find out. It's a 3+2 game, so I can still make a lot of moves. Hopefully. Bishop F5. Whoa! The rook is trapped? That's a bit too deep for yours truly. Rook c3, another amazing move that I would never even have thought of. Way too strong for me. Now King G6 wins. I don't know, sir. I do not know. Oh. You ran out of time. Does that mean I won or is it draw? I don't know the rules. I don't know what to think about that game. A lot of moves that were way beneath my horizon. Combined with one d3 to f3. I don't know. Zealand's saying anonymous GM. That wouldn't be my first guess. Let's play against Monkey King 37. Good old Sicilian. No bigger expert on the white side of the Sicilian than me. People are very strong these days. Down theory, I guess f3 or f4 are all legal. King b1 looks normal as well. I'll go here. So direct. What happened to developing pieces? Looks like a good move, frankly. What am I doing? Ugh. Blundering the house. Bit of an issue that after bishop to queen d2 there's d4. So I'll just pretend. It's all part of the master plan. Genius queen sacrifice to keep the king in the center. Problem is I only got 2 pieces, which is not enough pieces. Especially after queen a5. There are some other worries as well. One of those being that I can't keep my bishop on this diagonal. Because then d4 becomes an issue. Monkey king. Don't hurt me. No more. I just lack a piece. If I just have one more horsey here, I'd be doing all right. But it's really missing. Queen b5, good move, I guess. Rook f2, bad move, I guess. Yeah, the problem is once this pawn arrives, things will get a little uncomfortable. What to do though? Trying to confuse the issue here, but I'm not sure if I confused anybody but myself. Are you confused, Monkey King? Just a little? I'll take a little confusion. G7, King f8, Rook f5, King e8. Checkmate threat. Don't want that. That seemed like a fruitful trip. How do I do this now? Okay, 1. Knight c7, Queen c4, I don't know. Now, Monkey King starts to attack. Should have done so even earlier, but even now, I'm still somewhat scared. But I guess I should be first to do damage. Oof. Very undeserved win, should I win. Those are my favorite ones. There's issues. Thanks for the game, Monkey King. Apologies, you were completely winning, of course. I'm not sure, I didn't calculate anything. I would guess b3 somewhere here. Black should be first, so yeah. I don't really believe in what I did at all. I just blundered. That here after queen d2, d4 is sort of painful. Thanks for the game, Mr. Monkey. And that brings us to the end of today's show. What do I have to announce? Do I have to announce anything? Not really. Let me think. On Saturday, we're playing a Marshall-themed tournament. I'll stream it on my channel on Yanistan. There's that. There is the opening clinic, which is ongoing. I'm not sure if you can still ask questions there or if it's closed, but opening clinics are back where you can see all my precious knowledge. Like, ideally don't hang rooks in the openings. To pawn to d4. Subscribe to the Chicken Chess Club podcast, wherever there are podcasts. And of course, go premium on Chess24 to not only watch all the great video series and ask me questions in the opening clinic, but also to challenge me in the next Banter Blitz, because what could be more fun? Maybe challenge someone else in their next Banter Blitz. But other than that, I can't think of anything. Thanks, Monkey King. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. Like, for me, I guess. I guess not the watching, but we'll work on it. See you next time.